This is the BSG Starcraft 2 Cup. This is the finals of the 4th BSG Starcraft 2 Cup. BSG obviously standing for bronze, silver and gold. This is on the C server in case you are watching from other areas like North America and such, or through Team Liquid. Regardless, this is the finals. This is a best of 5, first map being Delta Quadrant. Up in the top right here we have FlaminFlier, who comes through after beating Summers, a very good Zerg player. Obviously I can't say he's the best in the world, but he's a good solid Zerg player. Made a few mistakes and lost that game. So FlaminFlier came through, very good gateway pressure, did two different builds, so he's not a one build type of guy, which is awesome. And he's now in the finals. Top left hand corner we have CaptainJack, who just came through after beating Persky. CaptainJack did a very heavy Marine all in second game. Last game just Marine medic Marauder push and took out his opponent just before his expansion would kick in. And hey, they're both here in the finals. Delta Quadrant is an interesting map. I don't like it personally. That is because I play Zerg, but it is awesome in that there is a lot of expansions, but the expansions are so open, and the one back here is so easy to take as Terran and Protoss, and it's so hard to take as Zerg because you have really nothing to kill rocks until roaches, and you really want to fast expand. See a gateway going down here, just a very normal sort of thing. He's walling off CaptainJack. Someone should tell him not to wall off against Protoss and Terran players, but he really loves it. I guess it's good to get sort of a set thing in your head. But walling off against Terran and Protoss makes it very sort of hard to micro on your ramp. So one of the strong things you can do as sort of like a Protoss player or a Terran player is to hold the top of your ramp, so you have sort of a range advantage and this choke point here. If you sort of build buildings here, it's really hard for you to sort of, you got to wrap around and you can't really shoot the whole army. They can pick off your buildings from below. Still, he likes it. Going for 2 racks here. I recognise this build as the Marine all-in from game 1 and 2, so we'll see if he keeps doing that. I recognise it in that second gateway is quite quick. See Cybernetics core coming down here from FlaminFlier. Very normal Protoss build. Hasn't taken gas yet. Usually you see gas taken very soon. In fact, if it's 4 gate, usually the second gas is taken around now. Still, speed very heavy on the Zealot early on and light on the sentries. Over here, having a look, obviously rallying out some Marines. Very cool. He's got an SCV back here. I have no idea. I think he sent that one to scout, but had his wall up. I don't know, but he's got an SCV sitting over here doing nothing. No comment. Gas going down, so obviously wants to get some sort of upgrades. It's a late gas from a Terran player. Usually want like add-ons. In fact, CaptainJack here, in the first and second game when he went racks heavy, he didn't actually get any reactors. If he got if he got his gas a bit earlier, he could have afforded reactors and then built half the raxes and saved that money. But and obviously, if you want to transition that later, you can then take one of those raxes off and put a starport there. And you can get Vikings, or you can get medics, or medivacs. Sorry. Hey, we'll have to see what he can do. He's taking the middle here. That's good. Good sight. It's pretty hard to attack if your opponent holds the middle without them seeing, of course. 2 Zealots coming out. How many gateways? Only 2 gate. See what kind of tech path he goes. Whether he's going to go for maybe an expansion or put more gateways down. There's the second gas. Just keep an eye on this for a second. As he builds pylons. Completely anti-climax is my whole setup there. Still have a look at the Terran player. Still just macro. Let's have a quick check at the income. Protoss actually significantly ahead as far as income goes, so go figure. One Zealot here, just having a bit of a look, scouting. So we've got Stim being researched, and we have Marines, like 3 racks here. So instead of this racks, get a reactor on this one, you can build the same amount of units. Anyway, he chooses not to, and I'm not going to fault him for it. Second gas going down here. So he's got 4 Zealots out. So this is, without late gas, obviously he has to get early Zealots to sort of compensate for that. He should start getting gas now. He can start getting sentries and stalkers. Sentry coming out now. Sentries are very good. Always build sentries if you're Protoss, until obviously your opponent gets Colossus and can just walk over them or through them. Robotics facility going down like this a lot, giving the observer so he can scout. Obviously he doesn't have to keep throwing Zealots at the front, but he can see exactly what his opponent's doing. Lets him go Immortal in case he goes Marauder Marine, which is obviously very, very, very popular as Terran against Protoss. And obviously if his opponent goes for the Marine push, which we saw in game 1 and 2, he can get Colossus to counter it, which is what Persky did to take the first game. Second game though was just a very strong push. He's starting to move out now. Stim research almost done. So I like this a lot better. He was waiting for it to be done before moving out. Now he's sort of seeing, oh, it's going to get done soon. Please put that back up. Anyway, he's going to see it's getting done soon, so he's moving out. So he's going to be at his opponent's base when Stim finishes. Good timing. So we see a push here. He has got a sentry. He's going to have to get a good shield on that ramp. In fact, he's pulling away from that ramp. That is a terrible, terrible, terrible idea. These Marine Marauders should just walk straight up there. You need to leave a sentry there. Oh, he's not even going to push though. He's just sitting here. That's very unlucky. He doesn't know it, but if he pushed forward now, he could possibly just win the game by walking straight up that ramp. Here he goes now. There is nothing at the top here to defend. There's one Immortal. This Immortal's going to get killed by Marines very, very quickly. As we watch this little encounter, he knows he's in trouble. He's moving forward now. He's pulling his units back, and he's got good force fields down here. Right in the middle would be nice. Oh, a bit further back. But hey, Immortal's still alive, and the... Oh... So Soldier's being shot up here. Might hold it off though. He doesn't have many units left. This Immortal is still up, and Immortal's still a lot of damage. He does hold that off. In fact, I think he doesn't even get a pylon out of that. Just kills a few units. See, right now, as Protoss, stop what you're doing and think. Okay, I've just killed most of my opponent's army. He's got, what, 2 half-dead Marines and a half-dead Marauder, and whatever he's just built. Expand. Seriously? He's got nothing to deny your expansion with. Expand down here if you need to. Obviously, he tried killing the rocks. It's almost dead. In fact, he's probably going to go over there and do that. But if you just keep spamming units right now, you're staying even with your opponent. You're just going to have like this advantage, that small amount of units, whereas you could be taking such a massive advantage by expanding. In fact, he realizes now he's going to use that Immortal to kill that expansion because he obviously wasn't out of position when this came up his ramp. So if he leaves us here and defends, especially with the sentry here to force field, he can just send one Immortal, and Immortal does a lot of damage to those rocks. Having a look over here. CaptainJack obviously very content on staying on one base. He's getting up another Rax. Obviously 3 Rax is not enough, and he does have Medivacs coming out now. So this push will be a lot stronger. In that Medivacs will heal the units, but I don't know if it'll be enough. If FlaminFlier can get a few more Immortals out now, or even just he's a young Colossus. What's this? Gateway. Just get another Gateway down. Why not? He's just pumping out Immortals. The more Immortals he gets, the better. Unless of course he goes Marine heavy. He's still got these Marauders that are doing damage. If you can put this Nexus down, which he's doing now, all he's got to do is defend. He has an advantage. His opponent just scanned here. Very poor choice of scan. You want to scan their army, or you want to scan their expansions to see if they're taking them. Unless you sort of want to just see what they're building, in which case just guess. Like if you see Immortals and Gateway units, just say, obviously he's going to 2 gate opening with the attached robotics. And obviously from there you can also assume that there is a server in your base, and you look and try and get rid of that. Drops coming in here, so 4 full dropships. Is this seen? I'm just going to quickly click on this. He hasn't seen this. In fact, he doesn't have an observer out at all, so this drop could do a bit of damage. He does have this middle here. Is he going to see this? This will be close. He can see this now, so if he's reacting at all, he should have seen this drop, and it is going to go around to the back. So is he going to react to this at all? It would be interesting to see. Is he going to drop on this ledge? That is actually quite good. Here we go now. It's warping in down here. Sentries here, and a whole army coming. Oh, this is good for the Protoss player. He's caught this push out, although there is a lot of units there. Could do a bit of damage here. So I have to wait and see what happens to this army now. So Immortals are starting to go down. They're not getting targeted though, and they're doing sick damage. Colossus out now. If you can micro that Colossus, he should hold on quite well. Colossus goes down though. This is not looking good for the Protoss player. Is this Immortal here still alive? Is he going to get... Oh, Immortal gets taken out, so we're down to a few units. He's warping in more units now. He probably will hold on to this. This is very, very, very good for the Protoss player right now. So you can trade armies, and when you're building back, whoever's on more bases wins. He's traded armies. Right now, he's only got a bunch of Marines. Colossus are out, though, so he can build more Colossus. He probably should build more Colossus. In fact, he should get an Observer out as well. Let's just quickly check. Still no Observer, but right now he's on 2 bases, so he can build back twice as fast, well, obviously, until he pays it off. So Protoss in a good position here. As Protoss, you want to trade bases as much as possible. Terran realizing that he's going to fall, he can't just keep pushing like that. He's not going to win the game. He is building up another command center. In fact, if I was playing Zerg right now, I'd take a 3rd. But Protoss, I'd hold back a bit. I'd get up the production facilities first and then take the 3rd. But as Zerg, you just always take it. Still, TVP, I should stop talking about Zerg. This base is looking very good now. Quick check of I've still got harvesters open. I probably should go to production usually. Anyway, 43 harvesters from a Protoss player against 27 for the Terran. That's probably even if you're taking into account mules. Yeah, I'm kidding. It's not that good. He isn't dropping them. He's actually scanning with them. In fact, he's saving up now. He can drop like 2 mules now almost. One Zealot moving forward here just to see what he's got. In fact, he doesn't have anything at all. Where's his army? Oh, it's right here. So it's out of position. this Zealot will be able to see pretty much everything he's got. He's getting custom shells, having a bit of a poke, should get killed, does have some custom shells. Well, doesn't, sorry, he's researching it, so Zealot can actually get away. So there you go. Free scouts. So you can kind of see he's still going Marine Marauder, with Medivac obviously. Actually that's a lot of Medivacs. Still. Colossus is starting to come out now, so he's starting to get that decent army now. He's on 2 bases. Terran still is not on 2 bases. Protoss now, oh, beautiful. I was going to say, take a third. You can see his opponent doesn't have a big army. He can move out and take that third and take that advantage. I wouldn't be with this if he's going to attack now. I would attack and just poke. I'd just sort of do a bit of damage and not lose anything, or if I'd like maybe like 1 Zealot, I wouldn't like attack, move into his base and hope I win the game. That's not what you do right now. It's just poking and holding. You have an economy advantage, use that. There is no point at all in just, yep. So Colossus now, just having a bit of a poke. He pulls back from this. Yep, beautiful. That's what I like to see. And in fact, he's going to kill that supply depot, is he? Look at that, free depot. In fact, he's going to push out here. This could be very bad for the Terran player. 3 Marines, look at that. Just, you know, why not just lose a couple of Marines for absolutely no reason and pull back. Free damage. Now Terran's like, oh, what do I do? You know, you can push forward. He's going to chase this army. He's going to stim and chase it. He's just, oh, he's stuck. So what do you do right now? Do you follow it? Or do you just sit and try and macro up? That was very well done by the Protoss player. Just kept his opponent sort of guessing in his base instead of trying to do fancy drops. If he was dropping at that time, that army would have walked straight in and won the game. And look at this, scanned it and seen that he's got a third. He's like, oh my goodness, he has 3 bases and I only have 2. I am in trouble. And this base here, not really up and running yet. So honestly, have a look at this harvest account. Protoss player has almost twice the amount of harvest. In fact, he has exactly twice his harvesters right now, so significantly ahead. If he's getting unit production abilities, buildings to do this, he'll do quite well. He's getting a 2nd robo, which is awesome, and he's going to be on 4 gate. He should get some more gateways if he's going to be on 3 bases. But I guess the 2 robos will be awesome with the Colossus. Terran player here needs to be getting Vikings. So let's just check that Stargate really quickly. Sorry, Starport. He is still building Medivacs. That is wrong. You need to be building Vikings to take out those Colossus. Marine Marauder does not kill Colossus that are micro correctly. Vikings that are micro correctly do. I mean, you see the Observer here, just having a look at this army, seeing it's just Marine Marauder with that's a lot of Medivacs, and most of them on full energy as well. But still, Colossus just completely, like, Medivacs won't have time to heal. Still, see what happens from here. Still taking these gas. Not a good idea. You need to take those gas as well, because obviously the higher tech units and your upgrades require that gas. So take it, at least start building on it. They're pretty cheap buildings. And maybe you can throw a couple of guys in there when you start teching up. Sitting on here is not good. Let's check the upgrades for a second. 0, 0, 0 against 0, 0, 0. Yeah, so get your upgrades, guys. They're awesome. Like, they're so cheap, and he has actually scanned that Observer now and killed it. So small loss there for the Protoss, but that is a mule. How much money do mules get? Like hundreds. So cost him that much. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Here he's pushing out at the same time as a Protoss player. This is actually good angle for the Protoss player. He's stimmed. He stimmed twice. That was an error. I think he stimmed twice at least. I saw the health go down quite far. Still, there's a lot of... They're moving forwards. They're trying to target this Colossus. And this is... He needs force fields right now. He's not going to get him. This could be a bad position for the Protoss player. Oh, coming in now. They're losing a lot of health. That Colossus goes down. Oh my goodness, this Marine Marauder push could win the game. They're definitely going to take out this expansion, but they can walk enough stuff in here to do enough damage to hold this rampart on. He needs to get sentries, of course, to start with. But 1 Colossus, sort of poking here at the side here, doing a bit of damage. He has just evened up the game here with this push. This could be a bad position. He moved forward with the Colossus. What an error. Just lost that Colossus for no reason at all. He is probably going to lose this game for me. I don't think he can hold this push at all, despite there being, you know, quite low health. He only has a few units. He's got what, 1 Colossus, 4 Stalkers. Here they go. He's going to have to micro this Colossus like a champion. That's all he's got. Doesn't even know. Look at that. In red health already. There we go. It goes down. That's a good game. This Colossus is going to come out and get immediately popped. Yep. Wow. Poor engagement there from the Protoss player. That's what happens when you don't have enough sentries. I'm going to put that on that. If you can force field that and divide that army in half, you're in a good position because you can defeat that push and you're on 3 bases. Still, good time push by CaptainJack. Not going to take anything away from him. He has gone away from his Marine spamming days and he's starting to go Marine Marauder. So it is a very strong unit combo, and it's, you know, hey, why not use it? War Plague FlaminFlier thought he could do something that last course, but throws it in, and CaptainJack goes 1 up.